Hello and welcome to Terraformers. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and that's because I've been working a lot. Small break from work, and I got a whole one video recorded, so yay! One video. Let's get started. So Terraformers is a roguelike, but different from a normal. I would call it more like a 4X. Not a 4X, but it has more similarities to a 4X than to a just do runs, and the runs are a lot shorter than 4X, which is good because 4Xs are too long. So we're going to try this scenario, a hard difficulty, because you can't do it on an difficulty, but also because I've just been doing everything on the hard. See that this is where I completed it, and it skips this little thing there. It shows how many turns it took me. The green path and the blue path were a bit harder for me. Like, you want to complete them in at least 80 turns, and I took a little bit longer than that. So let's try to do this in under 80 turns. Not gonna do much. That's how it happens. So our goal here is to achieve victory, ensure a leading role for Mars in the new space age, earn 125 space points from spending resources in space projects. Now, you probably don't know what that means, and I barely know what that means, so let's just do it. Alright, so we can pick from... You usually get like a balanced and a utopian. Usually the third option. I don't know if utopian's all. I tend to... Utopian is a really good start. Support per turn really early. Has a little trouble in some other things. Robotic, though, we got Robot Hub. Power per turn. We'll have a little trouble with food, but we don't even start with any. Sounds like an interesting start. Let's colonize with mostly robots. Have one person homestead. That'll be our leader. So when you choose a leader, you get two choices. They have skills. The first skill is almost always the same, and is always an explore action. You need these explore actions. They're with the most important thing in the game. Some leaders will have like upgraded explore actions where it'll cost more resources to do, but it comes with perks or bonuses. And then you have other useful things. So perks, but this 5 food here's nitrates are easy important, but sounds really good so far. Destroying extra rocks for free and achieving extra apartment buildings. It's quite what we're doing here. Have any rocks in our so important. Probably won't get another city down before we need to switch leader. It does make our regional buildings cost 15%. The bonus I like slightly more. I like this guy's food generation. Gonna help us out a little bit in the early game. And this will help me out a little bit by the end game. I don't imagine I'll get more than 3 nitrates this run total, but making it 4 is easy. Let's start out with that. Then we're going to place our headquarters. So I like to place headquarters at whatever junction has the most connections. This has 3 connections. I think I'm going to do this one just because this is technically considered front of your city, at least in the crater is. I like my headquarters to be near-ish, not like right next. So we'll place that there, and we don't want to build right next to it. I like to save these spots for things that increase our support. So support is extremely important. Start with 100, and you get 1 per turn from having your headquarters. You also get a little bit from comfort of living. I assume is where. But if this hits 0, you lose. Game number hits 0. You can gain large amounts really rapidly, but very soon you'll start losing. And this is how you win. So whatever victory goal. we have to do space point. I think spending resources toward. I don't think this will be too hard. The biggest thing we want to do is make trade routes and get space projects. First, let's make a robot hub. Not necessarily as far away as possible, but far enough. And so might be able to use the junction. I don't know if I have anything or will get anything that'll increase. We'll start there. We can move things later on at a deficit. Lose support. Fine. We can also get some power per turn with the 9 tritium we started with. Fantastic. And we can put those next to our robot hub. Hurt if they're next to people. Robots don't care. Don't care. Power supplies. And we do not have enough science for the Acuity Center. But it'll give us 2 expansion slots, and robots provide an extra. Very important to build towards. Doing will be expanding. First thing we would want to do is, we don't need food right now. What we need is resources. Resources that we need mostly science. Acuity Center. I'm going to explore up here where there's a science notch. We gain some water, titanium, and some science. Very good all around, and it is a flat terrain, or a terrain that can be built upon, and it's situated on a high plateau, and this can be many things later down the line. Not right now, so we're not going to use this button fan towards. We don't currently have anything we want. Start producing food if we get enough nitrates. Produce more power if we get more tritium, but tritium is really hard to get. Or we could start producing science if we get a little bit of nitrate. A little bit of. That's a much easier goal, even though the food would probably be slightly better at this point. Explore again. We are using our power. Luckily, it doesn't cost a lot for the stations that are attached to our city. This one is 2 away, so 2. We can get some tritium and there. We can get water and nitrates here. 6 water, 2 nitrates. Very valuable. You need 10 water and 30 food to found. Anywhere near that. Don't even have a new city scouted out. We're going to go ahead and end our turn. We get a habitation module, which will allow us to put more people. Is useful. Greenhouse farm for 10 water. We are getting close to having 10 water, so I'll have that and hold it for later. Explore again, get more nitrates. Now we have enough nitrates for the, not enough silicates. Water for the greenhouse. Build the greenhouse farm. It's a lot. 1 food per turn, which is not much. A lot of absolute imperative. We get a trade route just for and probably next turn. This is a robot hub. Very important. Robot hub there. Yeah. Don't have any. I moved it there. But other. Now we want silicate. Have any do here. Full amount of water. This is a crater. It's very similar to what we have up here. It looks exactly the same. This does have come with a tritium deposit. It's really, really good. I don't think we are going to found a city there. If we did, having that tritium is one of the rare resources. You use it to generate power, you nuke things, and you use it for a lot of specifically terraforming. All we can do for this turn. Public baths is something to hold on to for station. Uber fun. Not gonna get the public bath. It's unfortunate because very soon I'll be losing support. Hold on to the tube. Radium through silicates down here. A large amount of silicates. Just as much. And we got extra food from just actually. I don't know who. And we can get one science per. Science building up there for now. That was going to help all you can science. Like the robot engine. Exactly what. And research projects. Research projects will give you permanent buffs. Station satellite, which will station. You have a bus station. We're about to have a lot of expansion slots. When you expand further than one grid away from your city, people get upset unless you have transportation. I have titanium to here, just titanium. And we have enough to make them. We will go ahead and make a station. Go ahead and make it there. I see they connect with little roads, which the bus station isn't going to help us much right away. Now we can here is a high plateau, which doesn't affect us because there's a mine. Except that we know that it will. Now we have a tritium mine. Very valuable. Start getting tritium. Start. Have anything I want. Unfortunate that I'm not properly. Aquifer. Also, instead of mining the water, extract. And over here are your terraforming parameters. 30 ocean to raise the sea level. No. So 30 is a lot, and 10 is a good chunk of that, 1/3. But I need this water. It's 10 water to gain a greenhouse. We'll have that water soon. I think I'll grab that and hold a little bit of power to get the rest of the water. Get some nitrates. Super fun. We can have 15 buildings here because we have a total population of 5, which is 1 person and 4 robots. Only the persons, though, will give you bonus. Robots don't have feelings. They don't care. Build that to gain some extra food production. And the early turns go very fast. Here we've hit a negative. Now losing 6. Support per turn. Ben gaining 7. So we're going to get this school. Hold on to it. School will start giving a little bit of support. Not much, a little bit. And we'd like to get more food. Alright, so now we get our first research. These have costs associated. So this is the cheapest. For every 3 permanent project proposal increase by 1. I don't think that's very valuable. And 2 support income for every new trade route you. Really good. Destroying a rock costs 2 less power. Not bad. I like this one. It'll give us support. Entertainment center that I can build. Entertainment center, I'm going to pop down right next to build it there, school here, and then I'll population, and then that'll give us a couple more people, and they'll get support per turn. Now we're only losing 3 rather than 6 valuable. It basically puts us on 100 turns. I don't know, 25 turn counter. Not bad. Math is hard. So now we need silicates. School. We need science for Fluidity Center. Space flight, I'll probably build first. If I can even get to it. Need give us some science. Need some titanium, tritium, science. Some power. Too much power. Food. They're starting to cost more than 1, and I'm only gaining 1. So if I don't want to go down, grab that. Do think I'll throw lots and lots of robots. Lots of expansions, but still nothing to do with it. Food and the turn. Now we a new leader. So exactly like I said, we could just didn't make another city. Silicates for every 3 silicates producing. Found a city. Okay. We'll grab her. And we'll grab a habitation module. That's useful, but not for what we're doing. We don't have a lot of... This will give us more... Throw a habitation mod right there. Now we're back in the pocket. Just barely. Barely swinging it. We can gain 1 water, titanium, tritium, nitrates, and silicates. Useful skill to have when you want to spend energy. Don't want another robot hub. I don't know how many of them do want that do support for every building that costs or support per turn. Explore with our satellite. You want to use your satellite to explore the far off option. Power and some water. Okay. Gain 1 of everything again. Not quite everything. It's all of the mineable. Sort of you have to produce, and you getting close to where we need to. Don't really need the expansion slot. Did I already make a bus station? Make a bus. It only reduces by a little bit because the bus station is decent food. Costs a lot. Fortunately, I don't think we're anywhere near. If I want 50 flat support, and that'll just... Landing pad is great. Now use the plateau, because the plateau can be other things. Landing pad gives us extra resources. Right now, what we're most... have a lot of tritium right now. 1 extra we're getting per science. Everything. So here we get some bacteria and a bacteria spreader. Choose which bacteria we want. This one will increase the atmosphere per turn. This one increases the atmosphere and the oxygen. That one is slightly better. It does have a longer cooldown though, but it's another greenhouse farm. very useful. This base here when we manage to build finally. Do we want to start looking to see if we see some cities that we're going to want to expand to? So we have so many expansions here, we don't want a city that's automatically touching like that, even though Iridiums are really good. Comes with some fertile soil, which is useful for a tuber farm. Can't quite found it there yet. I need to explore. You have to fully explore all the spots, and you need to have 30 food and 10 water. So I've got quite a few turns before I can found my second city. I just hope that I can found it. But I only have 2 slots here. Really wanted the school. I know, like Twilight. Those there's 3 slots missing. Ah, Rock is here. Cool, cool, cool. Big deal that. Big deal having that extra slot. We do want to build this bacteria spreader. Need this first. I've already created 1 trade route. Not gone bonus. Laboratory will give us extra science per turn. Give us another trade route. Here. Iron electrolyzer. Production. We can explore something nearby with our electricity. Nitrates and water for that. And some food. Great, now we have enough to found the city. I may have already forgotten about. Don't worry about it. Food factory loses support. Gains food. Station mod. City when we found it. For water. Power. That's the turn. Restaurant district. But I don't think I'm in a spot where I can come down. This will give us extra power per turn. Comfort of living. I think that's fine at the moment. Them to be extremely comfortable. Found the city. The small natural site is the best, but it means that I could put a habitation building here and like a school or something here, and it would be both would be affected by multiple. Don't have any silicate production at the moment. Rich soil, so it'll start mining nitrate. Or I could make it mine food. Both I need. Still don't have enough. So we can start our first space project. Definitely going to take the project, even though it's going to take us a very, very long time to complete. Absolutely absurd. Not even starting it right now. Ending pad for later. A little bit close. Good old lobbying getting us what we need. Asteroid there. Not much we can do at the moment. I don't want to make this landing pad really close to screwed this up, so I'm stupid. Green means importing. Wondering why my magnetic fusion plant corner here, less likely to lots of power production. Robot ingenuity. Top down. A lot of expansion. Way more than we would ever need comfortably. Mine the huge asteroid. 12 power. Not have. Take 12. 1 power and 1 titanium. Essentially per turn. Getting 40 water, which is really useful. I do need it for my blah blah, but I won't get it. Won't succeed. This on the other hand, import oceans from good start soon. Spending somehow. Going a little slow here. This will produce 2 return. I want that tritium. Takes priority right. First priority, second priority. This one to be completed faster though. Second priority if that. Use a little bit of energy here. Really need not very guys' fault too, you know. Active. 1 support for every thing you construct in each city. There's all the cities, but I have 1 slot here. And this will eventually get pop down building there. Nitrate. Get too much because we want it to start producing power. Now we could build there in that corner, giving a little bit extra support per turn. 5 cool. Bunch of support. Just got to a point where we were already not making food production more happy. Pop some food production down here. That there. Science for that. Now we can another landing pad, which will give it. I think it's from also set down. So way more robot. Down our brine electrolyte. Now you cannot destroy population if you're using them. Careful with it. This is giving 6 support per turn, putting us back in positive. Abilities. This trade route will be part tritium per turn. Give them 1 energy per turn. Alright, new bacteria. This one will give 2 tritium per turn if a climate zone has a city, but it gives less comfort of living. It is really useful for getting tritium. I feel like we're going to get enough from Space Project. This one will give plus heat per turn. Methaninium. It'll probably die off eventually when it increases heat enough, but very useful. Is what we're planning on doing for science school, and then we're gonna just spread all around. Waste incinerator, and it's really good for our first. I think we have power production here. Costed it 9 try. Place it with the weight. It'll give us 1 extra, and what's that? Do need to gain more titanium though, because titanium mine going out. Haven't found. Have enough to make the waste. Three. Or 2, I mean. Not though. Have 3 food. Unsure. Uncertain. Should be working there. Android hub is really. Silicates. That's a trick. Now we have a nice spot to bacteria spread. Once we get our new research. Tritium that you export to a space project. Just the 3 support per turn and 1 food per turn. Very useful. Nitrates and science. I want to wait on that. Power to try and gain nitrates and some. Now we could put. Doesn't cost us science. Gaining a decent bit of. So we can double our resource. Pretty good. I don't have a lot of populations. Definitely good. And we'll grab. Gonna use this. And that puts us behind on the bacteria spreader again. That's fine. Like the city, it produces all its resources second time, but we lose stuff. Get habitation module projects, skyscraper I'm not super worried about that. I don't have food. little bit of power. Specifically, regular robot hub. Research. So make it so instead of 3 choices, I get 5. Silica. Is useful and sort of what we need, and there's more. Large amount of energy. Large stack. Got some food. It all along. Build a school right here. A lot of support return. Past that. And we had an earthquake, which is a bad thing in every single. Grab some homesteads so we can down. This place is completely full up. Only thing I could do here is repair stuff that all our don't have the titanium to fix our tritium mine. This place and also got damage. Man, so much damage. That was one of the worst earthquakes I've ever seen. We don't have any more space for more space projects. Man, forgot what I was doing. So, use that because I power titanium. To alter. We have a research we can radium power. Here. Turn is useful. Can't build. Still be there. Gonna forget that mooning. Spaceport gives us lots of trade routes, which stick. Probably. First, I want a little bit of happiness. No, we don't, because we. Now we can start spreading bacteria. Very important. I want to start increasing. First. Start increasing it over here. To get a more purple up is always purple. It's all purple. We just can't. Satellite. Keep going all purpley up. Then I would like to be able to build down to here. Yeah, that's my. A little bit unhappy is fun. Trade routes, which increase our happiness. Mine's coming. Best powers do not. Luckily. Only gonna get 20. Not enough to raise. Try to use the smallest amount of power to need. Every sense of the word. New leader. Moving a rock provides titanium. Gain 1 support per turn for every 5 new city buildings you. Very useful. Early on. Early-ish. We can get an oxygen factory. A bunch of our water. Very useful. Really need titanium. Little unhappy going there. Giving us titanium. Stop worrying about so much. I'm going to want this outpost. Start pumping oxygen into our atmosphere. Now we have very slow trickles of very important things. So in 30 turns, they're up. That's a lot of turns. I'm already on turn 30. We're not completing this one. Not for terraforming. Luckily, 2 turns on this episode. Select a city and gain extra support per population. There's very little population. We only gain 20 support, but it does give us just a little bit of leeway. We gain some Arctic hares. Very good. Tundra forest. Also very good. I think I'm closer to increasing the water level than I am getting the hares, but water level isn't the same as rainfall. So water level influences rainfall, but not quite the same. I will still get the actually atmospheric oxygen if I were to down a pup. Quite enough. Use electricity to have energy, but special. Super. These, if the ocean rises levels, completely flooded. Really need gas factory. Just enough. Titanium. Orbital solar panel. Fantastic. And 8 out of 125 points. Essentially, when you complete the project, points equal. Like weird. Let's go ahead and rally. Start. Turn. Only rally a city once. One population, one road. Not bad. Like I'm. Have the. Yeah, I will grab that. Will grab this. At the point where I might start city location. It hasn't expanded a lot. I have an idea of it. And might not even get mostly resource gen. A little bit of power. Support. Another reason. 2 science per turn. Good, but we do not have the silver. That. Tough, and that double tritium thing. Coming in. So handy. Touring company. Have one now. Could build second one. Will grab that. At some point this natural site will need. I'll be able. Yes. Production. Food. Nitrate spot. Nitrate production. Couldn't necessarily future. Super worried about a development. That. Port Ocean. Silicates. Part give. Area spreader down. Meaning 1 atmosphere and oxygen, and don't get something. Use space. Aquifer. food. Space for I'm playing a little mostly. I'm not going to like however take even long. Really an hour long. Already. Right here. And Allan Enraged. I'll see you next time.